that you can't teach men to be alpha, that you're either born alpha or you're not. They say things like that. And I tell them that, A, you're wrong. You can teach men to be alpha. And the reason why you can teach men to be alpha is because boys are naturally born alpha anyway, right? As boys, we are naturally born with a certain amount of testosterone, masculinity, masculine tendencies that get beaten out of us over time, over our lifespan. They get beaten out of us by who? The blue pill matrix, obviously, society. Society is constantly trying to turn young boys into better beta males. From the moment you enter school, society is trying to turn you more and more beta. They're trying to make you more and more feminized and less masculine. So it's to the point where when guys get older and they're completely pussified and they go through enough experiences in life that kind of shove their face into the sand and they go out looking for answers, they might find, red pill content creators like myself, and they will seek out answers and help. They can successfully rediscover their masculinity, their masculine side, and regain those natural alpha tendencies and that natural alpha behavior that they did have as a young infant, that was once beaten out of them. We can actually restore that, no different from, say, restoring an old classic car, like a muscle car. A couple of my friends used to do that growing up, and I used to tinker with a lot of muscle cars myself, but these guys would take a classic muscle car from the 60s. They'd take like a 69 Z28, that was once like showroom condition. Now, over the years, it's all rusted. It's, been beaten to death. They will take this car, sand off all the rust, completely gut this car, take it apart, rebuild the engine, rebuild the transmission, put new interior in there, resurface the body, primer it, paint it, and they will restore this car to how it looked when it was brand new. And it will look like it did back when it first rolled off the showroom floor, in the late 60s, before it got beaten to death by several owners, before it got drag raced and street raced and crashed and all that other stuff. They'll be able to restore it to what it looked like when it left the factory. And it's no different with guys who want to rediscover their masculinity and want to be more alpha. It's like, dude, you were already alpha coming out of the womb. It's just that you've forgotten how to be alpha. You've forgotten these behavioral traits because they've been beaten out of you over time, mostly through the mainstream media, and social engineering, movies, TV ads telling you that it's bad to be masculine, it's bad to be dominant. It's no different with women. Women are naturally submissive, Women are naturally wanting to be nurturing, and that is beaten out of them too by the blue pill matrix, by the social narrative, social engineering, trying to tell women that you gotta be boisterous. That's what a strong, independent woman is, a woman who can stand up to her man and talk back to him and disrespect him and emasculate him. That's what a strong, independent woman is. So all of that femininity that she is originally born with gets beaten out of her as well, sadly. And this is why I keep telling you guys over and over, if you want to unplug from the matrix, you got to turn off the social engineering first. That means movies, television shows, anything coming from Hollywood, advertisements, sports even, right? Sports has gone blue pill. A lot of indoctrination going on with ESPN, right? Late night talk show hosts. You got to turn off your TV, guys. And even your radio sometimes, because a lot of these lyrics, a lot of these songs these days are very blue pill. You got to turn all of that crap off if you want to successfully unplug from the matrix. But make no mistake, boys are naturally born alpha. You're just naturally born alpha. And it's over time that you get socially indoctrinated by parents, teachers, society, the social narrative, telling you as a boy to be more like a girl, dress like them, talk like them, behave like them, play with the same toys, right? I know that Target and I don't think Walmart does this, but I know Target, because those are some blue pill mofos right there. Target recently stopped putting labels on the toys, right? You know, back in the old days, there was the girl section where they had the dolls, you know, little sewing kits and stuff like that in the girl section. Then there was a boy section where they had, you know, like the cars, and they had things that were a lot more physical, might have the building blocks and stuff like that. Now they've just combined everything. They've just like conflated everything, and they've removed the boys and girl signs, and it's just like kids' toys. Just choose what you want. Here are the kids' toys. That way girls can play with boys' toys and boys can play with dolls, right? It's all about confusing the sexes. You know, destroying the natural order of the two genders, male and female. You know, why do you think there is so much chaos in the world these days? So much depression and suicide? As I keep telling you guys, especially you guys who read the scriptures, who is the author of confusion? What does it say in the Bible about who the author of confusion is? The author of confusion is the devil, Lucifer, Satan, right? He's the author of confusion. And it says over and over, if you try to confuse young children, if you try to poison their minds, you will be held accountable on Judgment Day. And this is why, personally for me, the young girls and the young boys in my family, I make it very clear what their roles are. I make it very clear what a boy does and what a girl does. And I am not about to confuse them on that. I am not about to brainwash them or play with their young minds to the point where when they grow up, I'm going to have blood on my hands because they're going to hang themselves one day, as many of these kids end up doing, because they grew up so confused. They don't know who they are. But make no mistake, boys are naturally alpha out of the womb. You are naturally an alpha male. You naturally have alpha tendencies. Okay, and if you look at any playground, when these kids are still in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade even, you see these boys being very rough with each other. They're being very masculine. They're being very dominant with each other. Everybody wants to take the lead. Everybody wants to form the hierarchy. You know, you see very, very alpha behavior in these young children. Behavior that you don't even see in grown men, sadly, right? You don't even see this stuff in grown men. You see them in little boys. You see that type of behavior. And even same thing with the little girls. The little girls, they're being feminine. They're being nurturing towards each other, right? You see them just fulfilling the natural order of their gender. There's no confusion there whatsoever. But what happens is, throughout their life, as they go through the different grades, as they get older and they go through the grades, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, high school, college especially, all of these natural behavioral characteristics that they have been born with get beaten out of them, get shamed out of them, get taken from them, robbed from them. By who? The social narrative. Mostly leftists. That's who I see doing this shit these days. All leftists. Right? All leftists. This is why I don't support anybody on the left. I will never support a Democratic candidate ever. I never have, never will. Because they are the ones who are pushing this shit onto our children. Okay, I'm not saying I'm a Republican or anything. I'm a right-winger. I'm not that either. All right, I'm generally somewhere in the middle. But never, ever, ever will I ever identify with the left. Ever. They're generally for like leftist politicians, female presidents. They definitely have a emotion-based morality where I don't have that. I have a reality-based morality. I don't want to see kids confused at a young age and then grow up to commit suicide just so I could virtue signal, just so I could feel good about myself, just so I could like go in the middle of the street and yell like, oh, I'm such a great progressive. You know, I don't want that title with blood on my hands. Okay, this is why I don't support anything that the left does, and they're generally for Democratic candidates. I despise all of them. They all should be ashamed of themselves, and they should all be like hung in the middle of Times Square by their balls. as far as I'm concerned, for what they're doing to young children, confusing their minds, confusing the sexes, indoctrinating them, poisoning their minds. Okay, I don't know why this shit is not illegal. How can this shit not be illegal? It's insane to me. I know recently on Good Morning America, they had this like 11-year-old child, this kid, cross-dressing, and they were celebrating this kid. They were celebrating him cross-dressing like a girl and acting like a woman. And this kid, his parents are such friggin' morons. They were even taking him to like adult gay bars and having him commingle and be passed around by all these homosexuals in this venue. I mean, it's like, how is the FBI not jumping on this? How are we allowing this? Meanwhile, I get a ticket for parking in my own driveway. I mean, you've got to be kidding me, right? So make no mistake, as an alpha male who might think you're now beta, you can regain those alpha traits. You can become alpha again. Okay, it just takes a little bit of education. It just takes a little bit of retraining. As I turn my Land Rover on, it just takes a little bit of red pill awareness and red pill knowledge and awakening to all of the bullshit that you've been fed your entire life. You can regain all of those alpha traits that you lost as a child, that were robbed from you, that were taken from you as a child. You can go back and you can regain these things. Okay, by educating yourself, by watching coaching videos like mine, by absorbing this red pill content. Okay, you might go through a little bit of red pill rage and frustration, awakening to all these lies and these falsehoods and all of, these badass alpha male traits that were stolen from you, that were beaten out of you. But once you do and you regain these traits, you'll never apologize for it again. And you will never let anybody take these traits from you again. And if you have sons, if you have kids, if you have any young men in your family, you will be able to awaken them too and be like, hey, you know what? You've been lied to your entire life. You know, all those public school teachers who told you it was bad to be a boy and stop playing with fake guns in your hand and stop playing cowboys and Indians and stop pulling the girls' hairs that you like. You know what? That's okay to do that stuff. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I give you permission. If they want to kick you out, let them kick you out. I will homeschool you, or I will put you in a private school. Don't put up with it. Because, as I've said, we are all naturally born alpha males. We all, as men, were naturally born with certain levels of testosterone and masculinity and dominance and leadership that was taken away from us over time through society, from all of this feminist indoctrination, okay, from the blue pill matrix. And it is up to us as adults to awaken ourselves with all of this red pill knowledge that we have available to us these days. It's insane to me that guys out there are still blue pill when they don't have to be. You don't have to stay blue pill. All the knowledge is out there, guys. All of the education is out there. Wake yourself up. Become more red pill aware. Stop living in the dark. There's no reason to, okay? Because we are all naturally born alpha. And if you've lost your alpha over the years because it's been taken from you, because of all the social engineering you've been surrounded with your entire life, all of the feminine brainwashing you've had your entire life, now that you're an adult, guess what? You can reparent yourself and you could get those traits back, okay? You can become alpha again. Do not let anyone else tell you otherwise. You can regain something that you once had before. You know, you were once alpha as a child, and then you became a little too socialized, okay, a little too beta, but guess what? You can regain those traits. You can become alpha again. Period. Okay, period. So until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell up top so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's very important you guys subscribe. It tells YouTube you are digging my content, you are feeling it, and you want me to produce more of this red pill content. So definitely make sure you subscribe. It helps me out a ton, guys, so please subscribe. And for you guys who want to support my work and my content and all of this red pill knowledge I'm teaching guys here on my channel even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium alpha male content channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube. And the reason why I am doing that is because I no longer trust YouTube to suddenly demonetize all my videos or suddenly deplatform me because they don't like any of this red pill knowledge that I am teaching you guys. So if you want to support my work and my content and everything I'm teaching you guys here, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel that I am hosting on a private platform. And the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, just $1. And all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.